translate me. Hi, Adila. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Really, really happy to see you and happy to have the back conversation with you. Um, how is your body? Just a question.
Yeah. Um, so I'm in New Zealand. Most people know that by now, but we're a little bit behind. We're a very small country, so we're probably going through, if you're in America, Europe, UAE, where you were a year ago. That's where we are now. Okay, with COVID, with COVID
Wish
and
you luck.
lockdowns and restrictions. And I say that because it's been difficult. It's been hard. It's been hard mentally, it's been hard emotionally, and it's been hard on the bodies. And yet, uh, my body is so grateful for body whispering and the conversation we just had, as you said before, and the conversation we're about to have, because that is the thing that's kept me going in a really difficult time.
Yeah, I asked you this question because actually I had also kind of a weird journey this last weeks. And yeah, I acknowledge really what body whispering is creating in my life. You know, when you are just laying down in your bed and you don't want to do anything and you have this weird energy, you know that it's not yours, but you don't know how to get rid of it and how to feel better, and just like playing with your molecules and the molecules of your life and the body, etc. And there is this oof, sense of peace, sense of
Mm.
kindness, and I'm grateful for that, truly, more than
Yeah.
ever.
It's
And
been,
yeah,
yeah, sorry, I was just going to say that lightness, you were just speaking to me about lightness and the energy of lightness and truth. And the body whispering energy brings us back to the truth of ourselves, which is such a contribution, because when we're caught up in the other stuff, that's not the truth. But it feels very overwhelming, right?
yeah,
And so to have an energy that brings you back to truth, whether you call it grounding energy, whether you call it facilitation, whether you call it reminding you or bringing you back to who you are, it's it's actually priceless at a time in the world where everything is so loud and overwhelming that you can very quickly and easily forget the truth and forget the light, even though it is there. But we all have a choice. Are we going to choose the light, or are we going to choose the darkness?
yes. For me, it had been no more lies, no more lies to myself, no more lies, no more pretending, much more
Mm,
clarity. And
mm,
you know, when it's like you have this two road, you need to pick. You
yeah.
are not in between, no, maybe, yes, no. It's time to choose and to just make it clear with yourself first, because most of the
Mm,
time we pretend to be overwhelmed, etc., etc., but we are avoiding choosing or avoiding our kindness or our light because it's disturbing around, or it's not really similar to the rest of the world. So yeah.
yeah, like no more lies with yourself. The other word for that is like radical responsibility. We don't want to be responsible for we no one, we talk a lot about choice and a lot about like creating our lives, choosing our lives. Actually, I do so much work with people, and I observe people all the time in our lives, in my own family, in my own life. People don't want to choose radical responsibility. They don't actually want that level of choice because it means you're responsible, right, for what's happening to you, what you're experiencing. And that can seem really scary because it can be like, oh, all this not so great stuff that is happening, you're saying it's my fault. You're saying it's got to do with my choices. You're saying I'm responsible for it. The other side of it, the beauty in it, is you get to choose. And you get to choose different if what you're experiencing is not currently working for you. That can be a hard choice. I 100% understand that. I respect that. I respect that a lot of us are living in difficult choices or situations that seem really unfair and difficult. But on the other side of that is if you choose to be radically responsible for your life, you can completely change it.
Yes. Yes. It's not expanding your little box and giving yourself more space. It's just exploding the box and being, yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's exactly that. And it's just super uncomfortable.
Yeah. If you've been uncomfortable lately, put up your hand. Yeah. But also, like, the world is pretty uncomfortable right now, right? Like, I know some countries and regions, they're trying to get back to normal. Like, what is that normal and how are you trying to get back to it? Because we can pretend on the surface to try and get back to normal with things, but the truth is everything is changing. Everything is changing. It's uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. Change feels challenging. Also, though, on the other side of that is potentially everything that you've been asking for. And if you no longer want to live a life where it just looks good or feels good on the surface, or it ticks all of the boxes on the surface, but it's not actually working for you underneath, this is actually an opportunity to throw it all away and start again. And the whole world is doing that right now. The planet is doing that right now.
Yeah. And talking about that, for me, choosing to be CP, certified practitioner in body whispering, allow me to be more aligned with me, with my truth, and to be more radical in my choices, and really creating this chaos in my universe. And I had the sense that this 4 days just I can't even find the words because it's just being shaken in all directions, for 4 days.
Yeah, it's like you enter this room, as you enter a box for 4 days, and we like shake it all up and break it all apart, and then and then you leave.
We threw you somewhere.
And you think, what the hell? I'm all broken. But actually, you get to recreate yourself in your life, and it's such a good analogy because the CP, being a certified practitioner, it's kind of like it's a choice, and it's something that you can say you're doing because you want the accreditation or the title or the certification for work purposes or facilitation purposes. But actually, what it facilitates you to in your own life, like the level that my life has changed and created this intimacy with self, the sense of deep awareness that is actually there all of the time. Something that we talk about, the difference between your first body whispering session or class versus when you do multiple sessions and classes, then you progress onto certified practitioners, then potentially facilitators, is it goes from being something that you do something outside of you that you are aware of, to actually something that you truly embody, and truly you function from that space and you function from that energy. So something I've been speaking to the Body Whisperers and the Life Whispering Club, we had a call yesterday, and I was talking about who's noticed that their psychic ability or their intuition or level of awareness is just suddenly like exponentially grown in the recent period, right? We become these concepts that until now were concepts, but there's a difference when you actually experience it, when you actually embody it, when you're actually body whispering all of the time, because that is what is the next level of being that facilitator or practitioner, is you live from that space. You don't just do it when you're doing a session for yourself or somebody else.
Yes, and there is this congruency. It's funny because as you spoke about the titles, it's not about getting this title. The title doesn't mean anything. Are you willing to be this space and to hold this space to someone else? And that's the challenge. And that's what makes you really grow, and grow not only with knowledge, like you are saying, but this being what you are saying and beyond, even
Yeah.
like asking for more. And yeah.
Yeah. It's the thing that we have to realize, if we are here right now in physical bodies, right? I'm going to say it's a challenging time to be here on planet Earth. I'm going to go ahead and make that call. Even for myself, because I've been like, how on earth, why on earth did I ask to be here right now? Because this is tough. I like, really, like, do I really have to navigate through all of this stuff every year? And everything that's been happening is happening in shorter and shorter periods, meaning before there would be one major disaster through in the lives of like the people that came before us, like we are just dealing with pandemics and issues and change and growth and disasters happening one after the other. And yet, if you're here right now in a body, I don't think it's an accident. And if you're here right now in a body, I think we have a chance to choose greater and to choose like what is true for us and our energy and our body. And it's giving us all this opportunity to really experience the greatest version of embodiment, which is really, when we talk about radical responsibility, it's also really about being radically truthful about who you are and what actually works for you and what you would like to have. We are not our previous generations. We're not our mothers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers who are going to compromise, who are going to live a life that is actually not authentic to us anymore because the stakes are too high. We're
Yeah.
not willing to live like that for years and years and years, for our entire lifetimes anymore.
Yeah. And there is also this level of presence that you require in your life. You can't check out anymore, because if you're not present, you are not you. Definitely for me. And sometimes it just take 10 minutes to be in someone else space or universe or whatever. And yeah. And also how much our body is willing to have our back, that we are not acknowledging. I mean, there is this level of kindness if you're just willing to receive your body and to receive the informations of your body and to receive the awareness and just to be this kindness, to be this vulnerability with your body. Is just something magical.
Yeah, it's the space that's available, you were speaking earlier as well about like it's time for the truth. Actually, that truth includes a lot of power.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how powerful are you? How potent are you? How much capacity do you have with your body, in your body, as who you are? And how much is available to you that maybe we've never been willing or able to even acknowledge before?
Thank you for that, because I noticed that with my daughter, my oldest daughter, and she was in this anger all the time. And I just stopped and I asked, is it potency? And it was a yes. And she mirrored to me what I was being without acknowledging that. So, how much sometimes we are getting stuck in a fight because we are angry, and it's this level, this potency, like, let me out, create
Yeah.
with me.
In body whispering, we teach you to ask 3 questions when something comes up. Is this potency? Is this capacity? Is this awareness? And then depending on what the answer is, you work through like each of those categories to find out what it is that your body or your awareness is communicating to you, right? But this level of truth that's coming out, like all of the facade that's dropping away. Like, I'm in lockdown. I've been in lockdown for well over I think we're hitting 7 or 8 weeks. And the reason I say that is, my hair hasn't been dyed. I don't have nails on. I don't have makeup on. Like, this is the facade, whatever that facade needs to be, or that was, it's all going away. Like, that true power, that authentic energy, but also that all of those lies of how we needed to show up, or how we thought we had to look or act or be seen, like all of that's going away.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. I love it. Oh, how much more can we be now? And how much more can we choose? And yeah, for all the body whisperer who already get the yummy energy, who are already changing the world, giving session to people. I got crazy, amazing feedback from the people to who I give sessions, and it's just wow. You can step in more of you. You can choose more for yourself. It's not about being CP, being CF. It's about being you, being your truth, being your light, being your power, being your potency, and getting more clarity in your life. So that's what body whispering brings to me: clarity and truth.
Yeah, I really feel like we're at a time in the world where actually anything could happen, in terms of like things that we took for granted are not the same, right? That means that anything that we took for granted, or things that we expect to be there, may not be there. So it really isn't about doing things for the sake of doing things, for how it looks on the surface, for what the external world is. It really is, if everything I know goes away, if everything that I have built my life on is actually no longer relevant, or I'm discovering it's actually not even real, then what do I choose? What's actually going to contribute to my life? What's actually helping me create, navigate, and be empowered in the true sense of that word? And yeah, body whispering is this energy that is contributing that to all of us as individuals that use it, that practice it, that facilitate it, and to our clients and the people in our lives that are receiving the sessions and the energy. It's been such a gift. And I think what you're saying, is correct, that if we never talked about it, if the validation was not external, if it did not come from the accolades from the outside world, would we still do this thing? Would we still choose to have and be body whisperers and to use body whispering? And that's been the greatest test for me. Is everything in my life has changed. No one knows what I'm doing while I'm here in lockdown, not seeing anyone for weeks on end. But body whispering is still real and true. It still stood the test of truth and the test of time and the test of, like, does it contribute to my life if I'm not talking about it to others, if I'm not just using it as a medium to grow my business or to be this facilitator in the world? What is it actually contributing behind the scenes? And that's been huge for me to realize I could stop facilitating tomorrow, but I would still be the body whisperer, right?
It's really funny that you said that, because it's exactly what happened with me. Like every single day, I was asking myself, so what do I want to choose? I mean, what do I want to keep choosing? And getting the energy of body whisper and whispering, actually, I know now that it's me. The most fun thing, like I'm giving sessions to people in traffic jump. My body is so aware of this crazy sick bodies and depressed bodies that I'm like, okay. And it's so fun because that's your way to contribute to the world. That's your way to contribute to this earth, to the land, to people around you, to your plants, whatever.
Yeah, it's honestly been such a ride, but I'm so grateful. And the reason I'm grateful for the certified practitioners and the facilitators that I know that there's facilitators class happening next month, and we've already got the people who've committed to that class. I am so grateful because there are no guarantees, and that actually gives me the choice to not do this anymore, because I know there's going to be other facilitators in the world. And actually, that's the most important thing, is when it comes to body whispering, it's about your relationship with the energy of body whispering. It's not about like the person. Right. It's not about the facilitator. It's not about the face of it. It's about the true interaction with that energy, what it contributes to you, what it facilitates for you, what it brings you back to, which is truth and lightness. What is your true nature of being? So I think, and so everything is two-sided, but on one side, any ego that is involved in that is actually taken care of, because it's not about me or it's not about the facilitator. It's the energy and what it's facilitating. And there's a very intimate energy with body whispering with each of the people that experience it, each of our practitioners. It is their work. It's not my work. It is all of your work. So I'm really grateful that we're at this point where it's more than just me that's facilitating it now. And I just can't wait to see that out in the world.
Yes, more of it's, for me, it's like unraveling your being through this energy. This energy is like creating it's different shades, different color, different perspective, and even the way that we're speaking about this energy is totally different. And I love actually just listening to all the body whisperer speaking about what this creates for them, and or what this open, and what how it's contributing for them, because it's totally different.
Yeah, it is. And I would just invite everyone. I mean, we have so many inquiries now because we have actually officially finished our 2-day classes for the year. So now we only have advanced classes. We have certified practitioners starting this weekend, and then facilitators class next month. But there's so many people now who are asking, when can I do another body whispering class? So we're looking at that. But I would just invite you to interact with this energy for yourself. not based on what anyone else has said it has to be like, not based on what you what you want to get out of it, to truly ask to experience this energy and have it interact with the being that you are and with your body, and see what it facilitates for you and what it can contribute to you. And I just have been reminded, like, anyone that has not seen that I did a gift body whispering session and I've posted up the replay, we will post it up with this video that's going out as well, for you to just experience what a session is like, because the session interacts with you and it's different for every one of us. So the energy of body whispering interacts with you in a unique way to facilitate what you require. It's not a blanket energy that acts in the same way for everyone. Okay, it looks like Amel's frozen. So anyone that can't hear her, we have a body whispering certified practitioners class starting this Saturday. If you would like to join us, if you have done a body whispering class or 2 body whispering classes before, please join us. If you haven't met the prerequisites, that's okay. Get in touch to see when you can meet those prerequisites and when the next lot of advanced classes are happening. And Amanda's back. Hello.
Yes. And we have the CF facilitation.
Yeah. And then next month, anyone, so we've had a certified practitioner class in April. We have one happening this month, and all of those people are now eligible to do the facilitators class with us November 24th to 28th. And then they are going to be all over the world able to facilitate the focus classes, do the sessions, and also facilitate the 2-day body whispering class that I normally facilitate. And I'm just so excited to have that class happening in India, in the UAE, in Europe, in Australia, in New Zealand. It means that many, many more people are going to have access to these classes. How does it get better? It's such a gift.
I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you so much for this yummy space.
Thank you. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you for creating this space and this opportunity to have a chat with you, because it's always so interesting what we hit upon energetically as well as with the conversation.
Exactly. Wow. Thank you so much, and see you soon for the CP. You can still join us.
And
yes, if you require some links. Yeah, and if you require the second body whispering, you can have it. You can just go on Adila's website and you can find
you can purchase a replay of the class to meet the prerequisites. And also, if you require translation, please get in touch. If you're in the Arab world and require translation, reach out to Amel. If you need translation into any other language, let me know and we'll see what we can create for you. Okay. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much, Amel.
Thank you. Thank you, Adila. See you soon. Bye-bye.